Hello artists! For this project we are going to be working on a Valentine's Day treat. Have you ever seen the little candy hearts with sayings that come in pastel or light colors? Well, that's what we're going to be making today. These are just stickers to look like the candy hearts, but normally the candy hearts are not only in a shape of a heart, but they also have a thickness to it. I would consider that to be a 3D form. We are going to be drawing a heart so that it looks like a 3D form, and then doing a little bit of shading, and then of course, adding some words. For this project, you are going to need white paper, something to draw with, something to trace with, and something to color with. If you would like to use paint for this project, you can. Just make sure that you have a little cup with water. If you don't want to use paint, or you would choose to use something else, that's okay too. Just make sure that you have all your supplies ready to go for the start of the project. To begin, what we're going to do is we're going to try and draw a heart nice and big. So for that, we are going to take our time, make a curved line, and then come down to a point. Then you can pick up your pencil, go back up to the top, make a curved line, and then connect from the curved line to here. Don't worry if your heart is uneven. You could always try and make it more even by redrawing the line and erasing, or you can leave it. No matter what, your picture is going to be perfect in the end, so it's okay if it's a little off. Next, what I want to do is I want to make this heart look 3D. So watch what I'm going to do. At the bottom where it comes to a point, I am going to make a line going straight to this side of the paper. It already is starting to look 3D. Next, I'm going to put my pencil here, and I'm basically redrawing this type of line where it curves and then comes down. We're going to curve out away from the side of the heart, and I'm going to go down and connect it to the line at the bottom. And there, I already have a heart popping right off of the paper. What I can do next is I can pick a color that I would like to use for my heart. I think I'm going to do purple. You want to make sure that you pick a color that is dark enough to hide the pencil line when I trace it. Can you see the pencil line through the purple? If you can't, that means you picked a color dark enough. You do not have to pick the same color as me. Pick a color that you would like. I'm really making sure my lines are nice and thick, so I like to trace over them. Make sure I'm hiding that pencil line, and it's okay if I cut a little or I go a little outside the lines because we'll be cutting this out. No big deal. Now I'm going to do this side. Tracing over my lines, making them nice and thick and bold and bright. Good. Now it's time to do the side of my heart. Taking our time, tracing our lines. Perfect. Now it's time to think about what message I want to write on the inside. You can write anything that you want. I have one that says XOXO, which is hugs and kisses. I have one that says love bug, be mine, and you're cute. I think I'm going to pick my own, and I think I'm going to write be kind. Oops. Be kind. Remember, you can write anything you want inside of your heart. Maybe if you're going to give yours to someone, you might want to put their name in it. Maybe I'll put a little heart over here to fill in some space. Awesome. Now that I have drawn my heart and traced over it in a dark color, it's time for me to color it in. I will be using paint to color mine, but you can use whatever materials you have at home. You could color it with crayons, paint, markers, color pencil, whatever you want. I'm going to stick with actually no, I think I'm going to paint mine red. You can either stick with the same color, so I could use purple again, or I think I'm going to switch my color. For my paint set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it open by using one hand to hold the blue and my thumb to pop up the latch. I'm going to open it up, take out my brush, and place it down right next to my painting. I also want my cup of water to be nice and close to my painting because I don't want to keep reaching really far across because that's how we spill things. So keep it nice and close. Now, if I want to use red, I cannot just go here and then to my paper. Watercolor paint needs water. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush and wet the paint. And what I'm trying to do is just make a small little pool inside the red. I'm not crossing over colors. I'm not painting on the white part. Just getting the paint to be a little juicy. What I will be doing is painting this one color, just like the candies. I'm going to try and make the side darker than the top. That way it will look like a shadow and really look 3D. If you're using paint to make a darker color, you just need less water. If I use less water, my paint will be brighter. The more water you use, the lighter your colors will be. If you're using crayons, you can press harder here and lighter here, or choose two different colors. For example, if you're going to have your heart be blue, you might use a light blue for this part and a dark blue crayon for this side. I am going to fast forward through my painting so you can see what it will look like when it's finished. Now that I have finished painting my picture, I'm going to give it a minute or two to dry. I'm going to clean my brush by swirling it in the water and tapping the bottom of my cup with the brush. I will then put my cup down and squeeze the little bristles into the cup to get off any extra water. I want to make sure that my bristles stay nice and pointy as they dry, because that's what will keep my brush in good condition. I'm going to take it, put it back inside, and click it in. I'm also going to close my paint palette and leave it flat to dry. Right now there's a pool of water in my red because that's the color I used. If I tilt it, what will happen is the water will run into the next color and it'll all get drippy and mixed up, and you don't want that. You want to keep your stuff nice. So let it stay flat on a desk or table to dry. I can also take my little cup of water and dump it out in the sink while I wait for my picture to dry. Check out how when I traced everything in crayon, that when I painted right over the words and the outline, you can still see everything. That's because crayons are made from wax and paint is made from water or water-based. Once your picture's dry, you're going to be able to take your scissors and cut out your heart. Make sure that you cut on the outside line and do not accidentally cut off the side of your heart. It is important to pay attention when you're using scissors because it will keep you safe. Remember, scissors are a tool, not a toy. Take those scissors, put them away somewhere safe. Clean up your spot. And then, there you go. You have yourself your own 3D shaped candy heart. You can take this and give it to someone for Valentine's Day. You can hang it up in a window. Whatever you want to do with your project, that's up to you. I cannot wait to see what sweet messages you put inside yours. Have fun!